up, everybody? My name is Logan Strome with CTF Strome Talks Football. Today I wanted to do another list. This one I'm going to give you 5 teams that I think got better and then 5 teams that I think got worse. I wanted to do something interesting, but I also wanted to do something a little shorter just because I feel like my last 2 videos have just been way too long, so I just wanted to balance it up a little bit. But let's not waste any more time. Don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, turn on the notification bell so you miss any of my videos whenever I post. All out of the way, let's get started. Alright, before we get on to the actual list, I wanted to give you guys some honorable mentions and also some dishonorable mentions. Starting off with the honorable mentions, we've got the Detroit Lions, the Baltimore Ravens, and the LA Chargers. These 3 didn't make the list just because I think the additions that they've added are very small, but they did get better, but I don't think their additions were big enough to really make the list. And then the dishonorable mentions, I've got the Houston Texans, the New Orleans Saints, and the Miami Dolphins. Same with the other teams above, except I think their changes are just not that big. Like, they haven't gotten that much worse. Like the Texans, they've lost some talent, but also they haven't changed all that much. Same with the Saints, and same with the Dolphins. They didn't change enough to make this list. But now let's get on to the list. So I'm going to be going in order between better and worse until we are at the end. So first I got a team that I think has gotten better, and the first one I've got is the Minnesota Vikings. I have a feeling you're going to say, hey, their changes weren't that much to change their team either, but at the same time, I think it really did. There was a lot of changes to this team, whether you think it or not, that is going to boost up this team even more. To start off, their offensive lineman improved by getting Will Fries, and then their running back room improved getting Jordan Mason. And then the one spot on this team that improved the most is their defensive line, getting Jonathan Allen from the Commanders and getting Javon Hargrave from the 49ers. Like, that's going to make their defensive line so much better than it was last year. The only question we have coming to mind, obviously, is their quarterback, if J.J. McCarthy is up to the task or not. If he's a good quarterback, this team's going to be elite. But if he's going to be a Josh Rosen, then, like, this team might be in some trouble. But I think this team's going to be really freaking good this year. Next, we've got our first team that I think got worse. Let's get to the obvious. The first one is the San Francisco 49ers. This team got so much worse this offseason. I think I can remember all the players that left by head. First off, they lost Aaron Banks, their left guard. Then they almost lost Juszczyk, but they were able to keep him. They lost Debo. They lost Javon Hargrave. They lost Malik Collins. They lost Leonard Floyd. They lost Shavarius Ward, they've lost Dre Greenlaw, and they've lost Hufanga. Let me know in the comments if I forgot anyone else, but, like, you already get the gesture. This team lost so much talent this season. I still think this team has enough talent to still be good, but if you think this team's going to be as good as, like, the 2023 team or the 2022 team, like, you're out of your mind. Like, they've lost way too much talent to be that good. Plus, you have to think of guys like Trent Williams where, like, they're not getting any younger. They're going to be leaving soon as well. Still think this team's going to be good still, but at the same time, this offseason's been a nightmare for the 49ers. Next, we got our second team I think that's gotten better, and the second one is the Denver Broncos. This team's looking scary, man. Like, they've already had tons of talent on this team before, and the talent they've added throughout this offseason is going to make them even better. Let's start off with their defense. 2 players that they actually stole from the 49ers, Dre Greenlaw and Hufanga. Like, 2 Pro Bowl-like defensive players that are extremely good when healthy, at least. And now they're on the Broncos defense, who was already one of the best in the league, so adding them to the mix is even better. And then to their offense, not really much that really completely changes the offense for now, at least. They got Evan Ingram, which is a great tight end when healthy. And then you got to think about the drafted players. Like, what if they're really good? They got a couple running backs, which they desperately needed. If they end up panning out, then, like, this team's going to be really freaking good, man. I think the Chiefs are going to have to watch out this season because they're going to have some real competition in the AFC West now. Like, between the Chargers and this team right here. This team got so much better. Next, we got the second team on the worst category, and I think that team is the Indianapolis Colts. Now, it's not really the players or departures that's making this team worse, in my opinion. I think it's, like, the locker room hype. Like the locker rooms, like, status, like, the fan hype. I just think the team as a whole is just going to be worse this year. And also, some of their players that, like, are really good, like the Forrest Buckner and Quentin Nelson. Like, they're not going to get any younger. Like, this Like, this team's not getting much younger. They're getting a little older, and I just think this year is just not going to be their year. I just don't think this team's going to be very good at all, and I think this team got quietly a lot worse. Next, we got the third team in the better category, and next we've got the New England Patriots. This team's looking underrated, man. I can't believe I'm saying that about the damn Patriots, but yeah, this team's looking very solid so far. It has a chance to be. Like, they still have some of the same young core around. Like, they still got Drake May. They still got Ramondre Stevenson, if he can get his head out of his ass. They still have solid receiving options like Hunter Henry and Kendrick Bourne. Then now they added Stephon Diggs, who's not like the greatest receiver anymore, but he's still really damn good when healthy. Like, he's going to be good on the Patriots. Plus, I think their defense is looking really good too. Like, they still got Christian Gonzalez. Like, they still got really talented players on that defense. So, I think as a whole, like, this team's gotten so much better. And how can I forget their coach upgrade? They got Mike Vrabel now. Like, they've gone from a terrible coach to a really good one. Like, and plus, Mike Vrabel's a former player from the Patriots. So I think that's just a perfect fit. Like, I think this team's going to be really solid, and it's going to prove a lot of people wrong. Next, we got the third team in the worst category, and I think that team is the Dallas Cowboys. I'm not even trying to talk shit about the Cowboys at this point. It's just true. This team has gotten so much worse, like, since the last couple years. And the problem is just so damn simple, but they just have so much ego that they'll just never fix it. As long as Jerry Jones is in that building making decisions, this team's just going to continue to get worse. Plus, there's just one specific move, like, that just still baffles me to this day. Like, it's not a huge move, but at the same time, it really changes their offense to being worse. Getting rid of Rico Dowdle, like, why? He had a breakout year towards the end of the season for you guys. Like, he was like the last of the good pieces on your offense. Like, why? Why'd you get rid of him? Plus, you got a huge downgrade on your head coaching spot. You got a downgrade on your offensive coordinator spot. And then also you have a bunch of offensive linemen that are just retiring left and right. Like, it just has not been going well for Dallas. I think their offensive line's going to be terrible. I think their offense is going to be terrible. And overall, I think this team's just going to get so much worse down the road as long as Jerry Jones is in that building making decisions. Up next, we got the fourth team in the better category, and I think that team is the Los Angeles Rams. I think this team's gotten so much better quietly. And I'm saying that about their defense. I think their defense has quietly gotten better and better these last 2 seasons, and I think now their defense is pretty damn underrated in my opinion. And that's just not talking about their offense, because we already know their offense is electric, man. Having Matthew Stafford, Kyren Williams, Puka Nacua, Tyler Higbee when healthy, like, keeping that core around, like, their offense is always going to be good. Their offensive line is a little iffy at times, but it's still solid. And then now you add Devontae Adams, who's a great veteran, who's still really good. Like, adding him to that team is just going to make this team a lot better offensively, in my opinion. I think the Rams have the NFC West on lockdown right now, even before the season started. We'll see how the season actually goes, but I think the Rams are the best team in that division and one of the better teams in the NFC. I think this team got so much better. Next, we got the fourth team on the worst category. This one might be a lame choice, but I've got the Cleveland Browns. I'm sorry. I know they're kind of rebuilding right now, but, like, come on, they've gotten worse. Like, let's be honest. I know they drafted 2 rookie quarterbacks, but their QB room's gotten worse. Their running back room has gotten worse. Their receiving core has a little bit gotten worse. Their defense has gotten a little worse. Like, everything about this team has gotten worse. Like, I've already voiced it in my last video, but I think the Cleveland Browns are going to be finish last in the league this year. I think they're going to be the worst team in football. I don't know what specific record yet. I'd have to think in my head, like closer to the season we get to when I make my prediction video. But yeah, I just think this team's going to suck, and it's just going to be a learning and rebuilding year. I know this is kind of a lame pick because we already know how bad this team's going to be, but we got to be honest, like, this team's getting worse. Like it's pretty obvious. And now we've got the last team in the better category, and that team is the New York Giants. I hate saying this, and I hate the thought of this, but the Giants have the chance to be really solid this year. Like, if their quarterback works out this year, like, this team has a chance to be really solid. Because if you look at the talent around them, like, you got Tyrone Tracy, you got Malik Neighbors, and then also on your defensive side, I think Abdul Carter is going to be an absolute stud. You've got Kayvon Thibodeau, you got Dexter Lawrence. Like, you have all these really good players on this team, and also Brian Burns. I can't forget Brian Burns. Like, you have all these really good players. Like, if their quarterback works out, this team's going to be really freaking good. Depending on if the QB is Russell Wilson or Jackson Dart, hell, even Jameis Winston, like, who knows who the starting quarterback's going to be. If it's the right choice, this team, I think, has a chance to be really solid. And lastly, the last team on this list, and also the last team in the worst category, I kind of saved the best for last. We've got the Seattle Seahawks. I'm sorry, I know they made a lot of changes this offseason, but in my opinion, they've gotten so much worse. This might come back to haunt me, but I just don't think Sam Darnold's going to be good for that team. I just don't think this team is the right team for Sam Darnold. I just don't think the situation he is in is the right situation for Sam Darnold. I'm sorry. And overall, I just don't think your offense is going to be really good. Like, you still got Kenneth Walker, but that's when he is on the field, which he hardly is because he's never on the field. Yes, you still got Jackson Smith-Njigba, and yes, you did pick up Cooper Kupp, but the thing is, even though I love Cooper Kupp, like, I have to be honest, he's hardly on the field. He's injury prone at this point, and the role he's going to have on this team, I guarantee you he's going to be hurt this season. And then their defense, like, the one thing that really baffles me about their team when it comes to defense is that they have so much talent on that defensive side of the ball, but they're just never good. Like, they just never live up to the hype, like, at all. Like, I don't get it. Now, I do see some of the potential in this team. Like, what if Jackson Smith-Njigba just has a career year? What if Sam Darnold actually is good on this team? What if their defense actually is good and lives up to the hype? What if Sam Darnold isn't the right choice, but Jalen Milroe is? What if he ends up being good? But for now, I'm going to stick with my gut. I just don't think this team is going to be very good, and I think this team got a lot worse. And there you guys have it. That was me giving you guys 5 teams that have gotten better and also 5 teams that have gotten worse. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know down below what teams you think I left off on this video. Let me know what teams you think have gotten better and has gotten worse. I would love to know. But that is where I'm going to be done for the day. Don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any of my videos whenever I post. I'm Logan Sharon. I'll see you next time.